wanted to start out today with a question, and the question is, why is no one watching my videos anymore? No, the real question is, you like jazz? Because we're going to be talking about the Utah Jazz, and I'll go first. I do like jazz. The Utah Jazz, to be exact. To be honest, I don't listen to a ton of jazz, recreationally or professionally, but I do watch the Utah Jazz, and what I'm seeing and what I've seen is a very solid regular season team. Great defensively, can actually put up a ton of points. They set records in terms of total 3-pointers for a team in a season, and that was in a shortened season. You look at the regular season numbers are crazy. Conley and Gobert had some of the best plus minuses when they were on the floor together. All that good stuff. The numbers don't lie in the regular season. And this is a very well-built team, well-balanced. From a locker room standpoint, there doesn't seem to be a lot of ego. Obviously there was the wrinkle of Rudy Gobert infecting everybody and shutting the NBA down for a while, but it's bound to happen either way, so you can't blame him too much. But obviously, in hindsight, wasn't the smartest thing to fucking jack off the microphones during a press conference and then test positive for COVID. Was not the best look for Rudy Gobert. Also not a great look for Rudy Gobert was this past year's playoffs, in which he became kind of a we talk about matchup nightmare in terms of defending somebody. He was a matchup nightmare in that you couldn't hide him, and it's actually a detriment to your team in this case. Because we talk about all the time, regular season teams don't have time to plan as much. They don't usually go to extreme lengths in their schemes. It's usually pretty straightforward. You might switch to zone every once in a while to mix it up, but defensively, you just stick to man. You might play with the matchups a little bit, adjust mid-game depending on who's hot, all that regular season stuff. But come playoff time, you're playing a team 4 to 7 times, and you really get to tweak things. You get to experiment a little bit. You get to, really attack weaknesses. And unfortunately for the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert throughout the entire regular season is an asset, is a strength. He's a rim protector. He's a finisher. He's a great rebounder. The problem is when a team goes small, Rudy Gobert becomes a bit of a liability on both ends of the floor because, as great a defender as he is, he cannot guard you out on the perimeter. Good luck with that. And secondly, he's not good enough offensively as just to create his own shot or to work off ball, to really punish a team for putting a smaller guy on him. Like we saw the Clippers basically kind of, solve the case with the Jazz, in that if you draw Rudy out to the 3-point line on defense and, force him to try and beat you on the offensive end, it really kind of handcuffs what the Jazz are able to do. It really kind of sticks a wrench in kind of their whole system. So really, I'll say this. They're bringing everybody back. They also, other than they traded Derek Favors away to create some cap space, bringing Rudy Gay, bringing Hassan Whiteside, 2 more vets, presumably not personality, locker room problems. I think Rudy Gay has proven that he still can compete at a high level and play, key minutes. Hassan Whiteside, he's a bit of a head scratcher. He didn't play a lot last year after a pretty good season leading, I think he led the league in blocks. He was up there in blocks and rebounds per game. And then, Kings went more. Was he even on the Kings? I think he was. They went with, Rashawn Holmes, and Hassan Whiteside barely saw the floor. So maybe that, as a backup big man, I feel like he's kind of going to be the Dwight Howard, so to speak. What Dwight Howard is to the Lakers, Hassan Whiteside will be to the Jazz. Get in, minutes in the second quarter. Get rebounds, dunk it every once in a while, hustle back up and down, protect the rim, things like that. And I think he's perfectly able to do that, and that's good. Where the Jazz, other than Gobert in the playoffs being a problem, I think, Royce O'Neal is a guy who does his best. But he's their starting four a lot of the time if they go Conley, Donovan, do Ingles, probably Bogdanovich, either or, and then Royce O'Neal and Rudy Gobert. And Royce O'Neal's one of those really low usage guys. He's someone that will take 5 shots a game. And doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but someone who defends well, someone who can stretch the floor. But again, I would have liked to see the Jazz maybe pick up a stretch four at some point. Someone with a little more size that, would address the Rudy Gobert problem, where you could, play small but still have, someone at the center position that can punish you offensively. Even a guy like Frank Kaminsky type guy, obviously Lauri Markkanen is probably too expensive, but someone in that vein, definitely an offensive-minded guy that, would punish a team for going small. Immediately when they do it, you sub Gobert out, put this guy in, and, the Jazz can stay competitive without having, a lopsided matchup on the floor. I don't think Rudy Gay, maybe. I don't know if he's really big enough, depending on how small a team goes. Maybe Rudy Gay is the answer to that, and you go with him and Ingles and Bogdanovich, Mitchell and Conley. I'll be kind of interesting to see how that starting five does. But Hassan Whiteside's not going to address that problem. He's also going to be in the same thing with Gobert in that regard, because he's not going to stretch the floor. I've never understood this. I don't know what Rudy Gobert's offseason looks like as a guy who, rebounds, blocks, dunks. I saw, Steven Adams is shooting threes, which, every once, you'll see videos of guys working out trying to expand their range. And I feel like Rudy Gobert, I don't know. He's not the best free throw shooter. Usually that's a good indication of if it will translate to the three. But, what else is he going to do? He can lift some. But, there are basketball players that work on their shooting all the time, lift, and, go on with their day. So if I'm Rudy Gobert, I'm like, fuck, maybe I should, if not expand my range a little bit, also work on post moves, work on just give me the ball. I have a 6'6" guy on me. Let me back him down and hit a jump hook or something like that. Work on kind of self-creation, work on, shooting, work on free throws. Because if I'm Rudy Gobert, I'm kind of terrified that I'm not going to be able to see the floor come playoff time, because teams are going to be able to attack me, and that would scare me into the gym and scare me past the 3-point line, and really try and make a concerted effort to be able to perform at a high level in the playoffs. So that's my suggestion for him, and there's 12-11 days till the season starts, so Rudy Gobert's gonna have to cram if he hasn't started yet. But I'd love to see it. It's weird if Rudy Gobert starts shooting threes, you're gonna be like, oh shit, that looks awful, or but if he starts taking one a game, look at Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez didn't take threes. I think we forget that sometimes, and now he hucks up 6 or 7 a game, and now it's yeah, Brook Lopez shoots threes. What are you gonna do? Who's to say Rudy Gobert is not the next big to make that transition? I'd love to see it. I think it would would make a huge difference for this Jazz team. I realize, it can take him off the offensive glass a little bit, but I think that's a sacrifice you're willing to make in order to actually keep him on the floor. So obviously this Jazz team is going to be competitive. I don't think anyone can make an argument they won't be. They got the talent. They got the chemistry, the continuity. I think is really important. All these guys have played with each other. I think Rudy Gay and Hassan Whiteside will fit in enough that that's not going to be a problem. And so it's just a matter of come playoff time. It's just going to be one of those teams where it was like Milwaukee, the past 3 years, where it's like, yeah, we know they can win in the regular season, but can they make it work in the playoffs? They proved that they can. Always takes an element of luck and whatnot. It's just the Jazz haven't had the luck yet, but there's also some X and O stuff, I think, with Quinn Snyder to take a look at this offseason and look how to attack some of these teams in the West. But I'm excited for this Utah Jazz team. Excited to see them out again. I hope you guys are too. I hope you take care of yourselves, and I hope you take it easy, and I hope I see you next time.